Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Napoli have done it. They have dethroned Inter from the top of the Serie A mountain as they are the new champions of Italy. They have won the Scudetto for 2024-2025 after an impressive display in the final game of the season as they defeated Cagliari 2-0 at the Maradona. And Naples is gonna party for a lot of time, for a number of weeks. There's gonna be a party atmosphere in the city of Naples, and they thoroughly deserved it. Inter, to their credit, they did their part, they did their job, they won the game 2-0 against Como, but unfortunately for Inter, that was not enough because Napoli did their job as well. If we talk about the game, I mean, it was nothing really special. And Napoli, they started the game. They had an early chance with Politano, but he was not really able to convert that chance. The game, it was nothing, that out of the blocks that you would have expected. I thought this game was gonna go that Cagliari really did not had anything to play for. It was basically all, the onus was on Napoli to turn up to win the game and win the title. But I would say one thing that I really would like to say about Napoli tonight was like they looked calm throughout that game, even though when it was 0-0 and the news started circulating that Inter had scored, Inter had taken the lead over Como and they had overtaken Napoli. You still did not see the panic in the way that Napoli were playing. They just had this sort of a confidence amongst themselves that they are going to be able to finish the job and they are going to get the job done, and they were able to do it. I mean, and what a way to do it, and what in the circumstances to do it. That goal from Scott McTominay, I mean, that was a bloody brilliant. To score a goal in such a pressure situation, and to score a goal like that, I mean, a bicycle kick when you are about to win the league for your team. I mean, that nothing, it doesn't get better than that. He scores the goal just before halftime, and that basically, in my opinion, really, evaporated all the pressure that any Napoli fan or the player had. It becomes 1-0 just before halftime. They go into the halftime and they are leading. Second half starts, and Cagliari really were on the ball. They were dominating at the game, and to be very honest, it looked like they might end up scoring, and a lot of pressure was there. And up steps their top goal scorer, Romelu Lukaku. How many times this season when Napoli have been under pressure, he has stepped up. When that ball came in, when that long ball came in, let's be very honest, 99% of us never thought that he was going to be able to score that goal. We thought he might create something out of it, but that he might have a real goal. But nobody expected that it was going to end up in a goal. The way he manhandled two defenders at once when he took the ball, before even taking the ball, that physical strength that he showed, pushes away one defender, second defender comes in, gets the ball, and that pushes the second defender in, goes ahead, then calmly gets the ball on his left foot and shoots it, makes it 2-0, and that was basically it. I don't think anybody thought that Cagliari were coming back from that. Basically, the title was won from Lukaku's goal. I mean, it is such poetic justice that, in my opinion, their player of the season in Scott McTominay. I mean, the way that he has played, the way that he has adapted to Italian football, what a first season for him as well, right? That he, in my opinion, he was the player of the season. He scores an important goal, and their top goal scorer of the season. He scores the second goal for Napoli to win the Scudetto. I mean, it is really good. I mean, the whole squad really stepped up. Let's be very honest. I mean, nobody had Napoli as the eventual champions at the start of the season. They finished 10th last season. Everybody thought that Conte's appointment was a surprising one, knowing him and knowing the director of Napoli as well. But they have somehow were two combustible elements, but they still somehow they have coexisted, and they have made Napoli the champions. I think their transfer business in the summer was really good, bringing in new players that really helped them to win the games they brought in. I would say again, Scott McTominay is, and people are going to say I keep on saying his name, but that nobody really thought he was going to have such a massive impact at Napoli when he came. But he has been amazing. Raspadori, I mean, he has scored so many crucial goals. Politano, I said, he again, it is all those players. Of course, the captain Di Lorenzo becomes the second captain after Maradona. To captain Napoli to do Scudetto, so that is a special feeling he's gonna have tonight, to to be in the same category as Diego Maradona. It doesn't matter what that category is. If you are in the same category as Diego Maradona, you are going to feel special, and he's going to be feeling special tonight. Antonio Conte, I mean, 10th Serie A title for him as a player, as a manager as well. He's won the Serie A with 3 different teams: Juventus, Inter, and now Napoli. And I mean, as I said, at the start of the season, nobody thought they were going to win. I mean, everybody expected them to have a good season, to maybe finish in the European places, whether it's Europa League, Conference League, or they might qualify for the Champions League. But to be very honest, nobody thought they were going to go ahead and challenge for the title, let alone win it. I mean, Inter were everybody's favorite. Everybody thought Juventus, with the money that they've spent and more, Morata coming in, he was everybody's, they were everybody's pick. Everybody had Atalanta as the dark horses. I went with Atalanta. I thought Atalanta had a really good chance of winning the Scudetto. And let's be honest, they really fought for it. But nobody, even barely mentioned Napoli. Everybody thought that this was going to be sort of like the first transition year for Napoli and Conte. And then maybe next year they are going to do something. But they have come out of, out of the blue, and they have shocked everybody to the title. I think there are important moments if you really look at it. I mean, their win against Atalanta, that was early January. That was a massive moment. I mean, that was sort of one of the first bigger game where they really went in and they won the game. And I think the way that Conte tactically outsmarted Gasperini, I think that was a massive win for them. And of course, and people are not really going to talk about it, but the Inter's loss, I mean, everybody's going to talk about it, but it just feels like it was a month or 2 months ago. It happened like 6 months ago. If people are going to talk about it, but it happened like about 3 weeks ago. Inter losing that game to Bologna, that basically changes everything up. They were on the top. The moment they lose that game, Napoli come up and they don't hold back. And I'll be very honest, I mean, and I am glad they showed that the position at the top of the table. This showed during the match as well. Napoli were on the top of the table 20 times on 20 at the end of 20 match days, and Inter on the other hand were only on the top 9 times. So that shows like who was the most consistent team. I would have said that if Napoli were not able to win the league, especially after everything that has happened, I would have said that they have choked. So I'm really glad that Napoli have done it, because again, Naples, everybody, you love football. You want sort of an underdog to come ahead and get the win. And this season has been one of those where you have sort of gotten quite a lot of underdogs to go ahead and win the title. I mean, it happened in Spain. People are going to say that Barcelona are not an underdogs, but at the start of the season, nobody was saying that Barcelona were going to win. Everybody thought it was going to be Real Madrid. In England, of course, everybody thought it was going to be either Arsenal or Manchester City. Liverpool ended up winning the league. But Germany, I think, and France are the only 2 leagues where the 2 teams that won, everybody expected them to win. Italy, I mean, nobody thought Napoli were going to win. So it has been a crazy year, and Napoli have lived up to the craziness of the year. Serie A, on the overall, I have said it this year, it has been the best league in Europe, no question about it. I mean, we still have so many things to get the question out of it. Tomorrow's game, then you have games on Sunday, so a lot of questions are going to get answered in the next couple of days as the league ends up. And I'm going to talk about going to do a video about Inter later on, but tonight, of course, it is all about Napoli. And as I say, they thoroughly deserve to be champions. And it is, as I said before, it is going to be a party in Naples, and it is going to last at least 2 to 3 weeks, in my opinion. It could last for until the start of the next season, but the fans really deserve it, the players deserve it, and the manager deserved it. Of course, there are going to be questions about whether Conte stays and whatever happened, but I don't think anybody is going to be asking about those questions tonight, because tonight and possibly the next week is only going to be for celebrations. So again, congratulations to Antonio Conte, congratulations to every single player of Napoli, every single fan of Napoli and the club for being the champions. That is it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Napoli's overall season. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before end of the season. The Champions League final is my sort of a deadline to get to 500 subscribers. I'm still 26 subscribers away when I'm really recording this video, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. If you're a Napoli fan, you became champion, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.